What's going on, gamers? So, some of the funniest stuff. I've heard about this before, I've read about it last week, but now we see that it's true. And you would think that Sony would have something to show, right, this year. And oh boy, what is it? After Last of Us 2 just releasing on PC, right? We know the PlayStation 5 had a version too, right? Then there was a PS4 version. Now we have it. It's here. Last of Us Complete Edition is now available on PlayStation 5. They're reselling this game so many times. Like, just stop. It's ridiculous. And it has me laughing because wait till we see the price, right? And we've heard about this. So, The Last of Us Complete Edition is available now on PlayStation 5. The Last of Us Complete Edition is going to be $99. It was published today following announcements from Naughty Dog that revealed a physical edition will be launching in July. Oh boy, man. Sony has amazing games, don't they all? Microsoft is literally embarrassing them this year when it comes to releasing games. Even if they're not amazing games, they're still like new IPs and solid games. Then we see some like a badass games coming too, like Doom Eternal, Ninja Gaiden 4. That's what I consider epic tier. And then they're gonna have Call of Duty 2, and then they're gonna have the showcase still after everything they've shown this year, and like Game Pass drops that we're getting too as well. Like Wu Chang, that's gonna be another really good game. But in the showcase, hell, we could be getting State of Decay 3 gameplay for next year, along with Fable gameplay that's gonna be coming next year. Gears of War E-Day that'll be coming next year as well. So we know we're gonna be getting gameplay there. Um, and that's more games to show for Sony. It's just like, okay, Kojima already showed off Death Stranding. What are you going to focus on? Ghost of Yote? You have to show gameplay for Wolverine. You have to show gameplay for something else. You know what I mean? You can't just show Phantom Blade. We've seen that. That's not your game. So yeah, what do you have new in the closet that we haven't seen? Because this right here, $99. Yeah, this is nuts. And then Nintendo, they have so many games coming out. That's why I told people that Sony's going to get cornered in a way. PC gaming is growing too. They got Xenoblade Chronicles X, which hit 88 meta. I cannot wait to play that on Switch 2 with the 60 frames per second batch. They're dropping Mario Kart World, which is going to sell tons of copies, though we don't agree with the price. Um, you got the new Donkey Kong coming out the next month after that. That's 3 games already. You got the new Pokemon in Switch 2 edition. You got Metroid, Switch 2 edition. You got the Hyrule Warriors, Age of Imprisonment. You see what I'm saying? That's 6 first party games they've already dropped this year. I'm not talking about that stupid little demo you got to pay for. That's like, I don't really care about that. Though I know there's more there's more first party games. But basically what I'm saying is like they're dropping new games like this year a ton. The only people that are not are Sony. What? Ghost of Yotei? We haven't seen anything on it. So like, what do you have outside of that, Sony? Like because it's just not good. Like you can go type in games and search for stuff. Like we could see upcoming Nintendo Switch games, 2025. Type that in, you'll see a array of stuff. The new Elden Ring game too. You know what I mean? That's also coming with Nintendo. I mean, they have like 8 or 9 games coming. But this over here, yeah, I don't know, man. This is just terrible, y'all. It's like they're trying to like sell you something with like a new art cover, but it's like everybody's had the experience. Stop showing people this game over and over again. You're killing the value of the game. Like you're releasing this game like like 4 or 5 times now, and then not only that, it's like couldn't have already like most people already own this game and get it cheap on the store for separate versions. What's the difference now when 80 to 85%, almost 95%, or almost 90% of your base now is digital, and you're all trying to kill physical gaming? And then you're gonna release this digital too. So yeah, guys, $99. This is insane. And let's see what PlayStation fanboys have to say about this. And it's also what I've been telling people too. Anti-consumer behavior is going to continue. Sony thinks that like this is like their biggest thing of all time because they keep on like making it show up in ways to where like they have to somehow remind us like we don't already know. You know what I mean? It's not like you're adding new content to it or anything. You didn't. I can understand if you did that, you know what I mean? But you're not doing that. So it's like, what are we doing here? You don't have anything to show with all those canceled games. You see what I mean? It's just like a remastered again. Now you just have this collector's edition. But it's like, you do that when the game comes out. You're trying to like make an excuse to charge for another collector's edition of a game that's kind of just been done at this point. I understand the TV series is coming out. You renewed that for season 3. I don't mind that, but this right here is just too much of a drag. Then they got a trailer here too, which is funny. We're not going to see that because it's the same stuff. And it's just like, what are we doing here, right? You're doing this to your own base game because you made stupid decisions. So, yeah, that's my thing here. Don't be a pony, right? Like this guy right here. Let's make fun of this guy before we look at Dreamcast guy because he has something to say about this too. So this guy says this is one of the many reasons. Let's look at this. Let's zoom in here. He has 710 ponies with him, 249. But we're about to shut this all down. This is funny. This is one of the many reasons why the PS5 will be better than the Nintendo Switch 2. Just for 400 bucks, you get zero load times, which the Switch has SSD type jumps now too. That's why you got to get the Express. You know what Express means? Faster. SD cards to sync the memory with what's on the console because it's express memory. You see what I'm saying? Storage, SSD. So shut up with all that. It's like you try to say it was much faster than Xbox. It's like, yeah, but they got quick resume to mitigate that. Would you spend $450 or 400 and get classics like this? PC has your whole slate. I know you heard what I said. PC has your whole slate, buddy. What are you talking about? I can already play this at higher settings on my PC. What do I need that for? But on the Nintendo console, I got all those exclusives I was just talking about earlier, and all those other developers coming to make money and increase the profit of the gaming industry and make more video games for us because it's powering up the whole industry with GTA when that comes right after Switch 2. You got a whole realm of first party games that are going to be dropping consistently every year, something Sony wish they could do. There's not going to be anything canceled. You see what I'm saying here? Now they're getting some of the market share of PlayStation. They're going to be able to sell games. They're not going to have to go to PC like PlayStation because they failed at $69.99. And they can't get their budget going because they keep wanting to make movie games, not games that last a long time. You can keep playing over and over again. You see what I'm saying here? So, what classics are you talking about? Because they're all on PC. On the Switch 2, I'm only going to be able to play their games there. I'm not going to be able to get them anywhere else. The ideal meta that's going to start popping up is going to be the Switch 2 and the PC because that's platforms with when you combine them together, you have everything. Except time limit on PlayStation games, but Xbox you can get there day one. You see what I mean? So you're not making any sense. You can't bring that with you portable either. So it just depends. If somebody's console only, I could see how the PlayStation 5, Xbox combo is good if people don't like PlayStation and they want to play games that are not on Xbox on the Switch too, because they just don't want PlayStation, or people would get the Switch to PlayStation in a console sense. I could see that. But this guy here is really an idiot because he doesn't realize the vulnerability of the post. That the moment you posted that, you're not realizing that I got you on PC on better settings. That's the power that Nintendo has that you don't have. So I'm sorry, Pony. I had to straighten you out, man. Sit down. That's why I had to put the LMAO right here. You see? I had to laugh at the guy. He doesn't know what he's talking about, right? That's the funny part to me. Like, To me, I just have to keep laughing because he really thinks, along with all those other people, that this post means something like the world wants to play Spider-Man too. You know what I mean? Like that's a reason to get a console so that I can play a game that I can beat in like what, two days, 3 days. Mario Kart World is going to last the whole entire generation, and I'm going to be getting amazing games. They're going to have a balance between generational evergreens, really good games that are worth buying, right? Top quality games, no microtransactions, no politics, none of that garbage coming into video games. And it's going to be really good video games that I can play and earn everything out of. There's going to be no gated communities anywhere. As far as I'm concerned, Mario Kart's not going to have any DLC either. Everything's going to be added in. So then you got stuff like Smash Brothers, Pokemon, like all the future Zelda games. Everything is going to be coming. I know that it's going to be justifiable, and nothing's going to get canceled. I'm not going to be deceived with development. I know it's going to be there. You don't have that luxury in a PlayStation world. You guys should be full of anxiety right now, right? Because you don't know what's going to be canceled next. Let me tell you, fair games. They better not launch that game, Pony. So yeah, sit down and never say nothing again. You don't know what you're talking about. Remember PC next time you type anything PlayStation against Nintendo. You just your third party. Hmm. Are we ready, y'all? Slurping Dreamcast guy. Let's see what he has to say. He's been cooking a little bit lately, but I think it's pretty funny. He says PlayStation fans are mad. Another lazy re-release. Yeah, more remasters.
PlayStation, what the hell are you doing? And I actually mean that question, which is that what are you doing? Because it doesn't seem like they're doing much. Like, actually consider it. What has Sony been putting out? What has Sony first party studios been up to for the last couple of years? Mostly just remakes, re-releases, remasters, and ports, right? Hey, here's the games you've already bought very recently, like Days Gone Remastered, Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered, The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered. But that's the topic for today. They just announced that they are releasing The Last of Us for a seventh time. And this new edition costs $110. And it feels like the entire internet is instantly just saying, screw you, Sony. Where's the new games? Where's the new ideas? Where's the stuff that's actually by PlayStation for PlayStation? I want to take a look at the price tag, what's in this collector's edition, and a lot of the backlash, because I'm not saying that there isn't stuff to play, right? I mean, we know the fact that Ghost of Yotai is coming out here probably in the next couple months. On Saturday, they've said they're revealing the gameplay for Marathon, the next extraction shooter live service.
I don't have any hopes for that game. It's an extraction shooter. I don't see the point of the Bungie acquisition so far either, because no live service intelligence uh, organization has been seen. Destiny's dying. What are you doing?
Service game by PlayStation, so whoop-de-doo about that. But it does feel like when it comes to PlayStation and their plans, these constant ports, I feel like even if it is generating you cash, it's starting to drastically hurt the brand. But let's talk. Hi, hope you're having a great day, and if you could, please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Okay, so this is it. It's called The Last of Us Complete. The collector's edition, in my opinion, this is pathetic. This is just, it's a steel book. It's The Last of Us comic, which is like, I mean, it's like 50 pages. It's super short. And a couple placard lithograph art cards, okay? This costs...
It already has the butter on it. But where's my other butter? Because there's nothing wrong with making something more butter. You know what I mean?
$110. Everybody is immediately like, oh, this is $30 more than that $80 Mario Kart. How many times have you released these games? And just like that, the heat is off Nintendo. So Canada doesn't get it, even though you filmed the show in Canada. Now, can I just say something else real quick? The fact that this is specifically being called The Last of Us Complete, a lot of people are basically very much laser focused in on that. Now, the creator, the writer, the director of The Last of Us is this guy called Neil Druckmann, a very controversial figure. Some people like him. a lot of people really, really do not care for his exuberant tastes. But he has now in interviews again and again, including yesterday, said specifically, we are currently working only on their next game, Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophecy, which probably is coming out for the PlayStation 6. But he said, yes, The Last of Us Part 3 is not in development. Part 2 has a definitive ending. And people are kind of in denial. Oh, we could be lying. I mean, who knows? My thing is the fact that if you're releasing something called The Last of Us Complete, I am frustrated about this because, honestly, as much as I hate The Last of Us Part Two's story, I genuinely, deeply do not like it. I feel like it's kind of interesting to me that this is just young Ellie and old Ellie. There is no Abby on the box. I feel like this almost, to me, almost seems to signal the fact that they realize how much Abby kind of hurts the story so much. But additionally, I have always been frustrated about the fact that PlayStation used to do expandalones all the time, basically spin off on its own DLC, where,
Yeah,
you really like something like Infamous Second Son. I love that.
I was just about to say that they had Infamous First Light. I got a platinum on that too, and Second Son. That's like you're adding something. When Nintendo does any sort of remaster, there's always new DLC coming in, or expansion, or something addition. Sony's just like milking. It's ridiculous. Look at this. This is what they're doing. Yeah, it's pretty bad, y'all. They don't know what to do, so they keep dropping remasters. This just gives you the idea. It's like, what are we doing over here, man? But you guys get the point here. Let me know what y'all think. Yeah, what, $110 and $99 for digital? Crazy. I told y'all, watch. Look, more is going to be coming around the corner. This would exist whether the other stuff was happening or not. We're just seeing the beginning. Peace, y'all.